Hello, just running a few minutes late, so just bear with me while I get into the right Facebook group. Okay, looks as though it's all good. Sorry about running late. If you're watching, then do pop a comment in and let me know. Come back to the what's it called, Kintsugi papers this week. I'm going to be using the Petal Pink and Misty Moonlight. Petal Pink is quite a peachy colour, but it is really pretty. Haven't yet picked out my pattern paper that I'm going to be using with it, but this is the style. As you can see, I've not stamped on the front because I haven't I ran out of time, but this is the style of card we're going to make. It's a gatefold. I think it's called a double center gatefold card. So all of my measurements are literally on the back of an envelope, would you like to see? Or on the front of an envelope even. See? Straight district council comes in useful for some things. So yeah, so stands up beautifully, fits in a standard envelope, and you can make this with any designer series paper in any colour, however you want to use it. So I'm just going to pop that out the way. First things first, what I need to do is decide which colour is going to be my base card. I think I might use this for these because I think it's just really pretty and it will show off some of it. So I could use that against either of those, but I think I prefer it against the blue at the moment. Let's just move that one. Oh, I don't know. Now I've moved that, it's hard to say. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to use these because this is my favourite and this is a close second, right? So if we do the base card, so this part, I'm going to use Misty Moonlight. So that is simply a piece of cardstock that is 4 inches by 5 3/4, and that's the base bit done for the time being. Okay, so the Petal Pink needs to be, again, 4 inches, and this time it's by 11. Okay, and now the scoring for this is simply 2 inches. Make sure you've tucked your cutting blade out the way if you're using the trimmer. 3 3/4 inches. Then it's 7 1/4. And 9. Okay, we'll pop that to one side for a moment, because we then need a like a sentiment box. Now this one I cut at 2.5 inches square, and I think that's quite a good size. Would be like 2.5. Make sure I cut it the right size. Okay, and we need a piece of white to go on there, and also a piece of white for the middle. We just find a clean piece of white cardstock. Bear with me, I haven't got pack open, so I just need to run the scissors down there. Okay, so we need 2 white pieces, one for the sentiment layer, so that is going to be a 2.25 by 2.25. But the white piece inside I'm going to cut first, and that is going to be 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then from that I can cut a 2 1/4 inch square. Okay, pop all these bits out the way for a minute. I'm just going to fold that in because I don't need that open anymore. Right, so these outside pieces here are 7/8, so 7/8 of an inch wide by 3 3/4. So I'm going to start with cutting a 3 3/4 inch strip, and then 7/8 of an inch, and then another 7/8 of an inch. Okay, so that's for the 2 sides. Oh, and I've got a little strip inside, only about 1/2 inch strip, which I'm going to put in. As you can see, I've tied it with this just so that it ties it in that little bit more. So that's just a 1/2 inch strip. Now, again, these need to be 3 3/4 inches. So we'll start with a strip of that. And then I like it following. I don't know if you can see, but it all flows. So I like starting at the one side and cutting all the way across. So we have a 1 3/4 inch strip, then a 1 1/2 inch, another 1 1/2 inch, and then a 1 3/4 inch. And that piece we don't need. So it's always always good to keep these somewhat in the order that you cut them. So first things first, we're going to fold and burnish our gatefold mechanism. So we're folding it this way, so out and in, or a mountain and then a valley and then a valley and a mountain. So these now are going to be placed like so. Let's find the glue and just stick those down. Okay. To try and line it up so that it's equal sort of distance at the top and the bottom. Oh, it looks as though the sun's going to come out now. We've had quite drizzly rain here this morning, which wasn't actually forecast, and it's been like grey and miserable. So I'm hoping the sun will come out. I've got some washing ready to go on the line, but I'm trying to get ready for going away. Okay, so that's that bit done. The base, now I measured this so that it was exact, and you have to put this bit when it's folded, so these edges need to sit at 1 1/8, I think it was. Let me just double check. 1 1/1/8 to get an even get it centered. So I'm gonna, while I've got that there, I'm just gonna stick that in. So 1 1/8. It's really easy against a grid paper, but obviously you could use a ruler and measure it. You could measure it first and make little lines, little marks that would then be rubbed out or be hidden. Okay, so that's that part. Now we can stick these bits on. Just like so. Okay. Right, now for these bits. Now obviously I need a stamp. Let me just have some coffee. Okay, I've been umming and ahhing about one of the reasons why this is still blank is because I just couldn't make up my mind what stamp to put on it. And I'm not sure if this one's still current or not, but I'm going to go with this for now. I think I've got some other birthday ones somewhere, but I'm going to use birthday wishes, and because it's quite a, the petal pink is quite a light colour, I am going to use Misty Moonlight as for stamping. I think this might need re-inking actually, but it should be okay. Yeah, it definitely needs re-inking, that one, so we'll have to do that. And then this one just says let's celebrate. Which hopefully should fit on here. Okay, pop those out the way. I'm going to dispose of that one because I don't want to get covered in that. And just trying to find my petal pink, because I would like to just stamp something on here. This is from the Inspiring Imperfections stamp set that I've been using with this. So I know some of it's green, but I'm just gonna like stamp the flowery part on there, and again on that one. So I don't actually need this because I've now stamped on it, but that's fine. Sometimes going through and doing these things, you change your mind as you go in, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, so that's that bit. And this bit just simply goes in the middle of there, and all you do then is glue it on half of the side. You can use dimensionals or you can just use normal glue. I'm just going to use normal glue, and I'm going to try and do this without standing up. Ooh. Give that a press down. Right, so there's, hopefully that's level. And then, oh, my stomach is rumbling. It's been a long time since I had breakfast, and it's got to wait now for a bit longer for lunch. Where am I going to pop this one? Maybe down there. Okay. So that's the finished centre double centre gatefold card. So I hope you enjoyed that one and you have a go at making it. I'm sure you've got tons of tons of pattern paper in your stash that would work really well with this. Morning, Alicia. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining me. I am almost finished now, so do catch up on the replay. Yeah, as I say, have a go. It's really easy. I will be putting it on my blog, and I will include the centimetre measurements as well on there. And yeah, the only other thing is I'm not going to be here next week, but do check out our the online store. There's lots and lots of offers on and things at the moment. This paper is actually in the sale at the moment because it's part of the in colour sale. So yeah, so it's a really good time to buy that. All right, well, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again in a couple of weeks. Take care.